Welcome everyone to Grand Tour Wrestling Brawl. I'm your host, Infinite Fantasy, and we have one half of the mixed gender tag team champions, Amanda Price, coming out, and what a 2 weeks she has had. After suffering the defeat in the hands of the Witch in a 3 stages of hell match, first losing the cage match in the first round and then being knocked out, immediately pinned in the second round, the Witch having. But then, 1 week later, on the 4th of July special, Declaration of Domination, Amanda Price, with the help of her former mentor, Kurt Angle, was able to defend those tag team titles against the Red Faction. Well, it looks like I dropped the ball at State of Emergency. At 3 stages of hell, that turned into a glorified cage match. Shamefully, I lost the first round, and in seconds of a false count anywhere, I lost round 2. I was knocked out and pinned, losing my opportunity to be Grand Tour Women's Champion. And more so, to get justice for what the Witch has done to me. Do I want her to pay? Of course. I do, but the night just was not my night. Congratulations, Witch. You won. You got away with it. Now, it is time to move on and look into the future. I may have dropped the ball at State of Emergency, but I certainly did not at Declaration of Domination. Back on July 4th, I celebrated my independence with my old mentor, Kurt Angle. With his help, and thank you for substituting for my partner Steven Dynamite, by the way, I was able to defeat Brenda Bison and Andre Armstrong to retain the mixed tag team titles. Brenda, our rivalry is far from over, because I proved at Washington that I can beat you. You said that if I managed to defend my mixed tag team title against you, you would be more than happy to grant me a shot at the women's world title. Well, Brenda, I'm going to call you on that one. Summer Bash, GTW's second biggest pay-per-view event, is just around the corner. Let us see if you are a woman of your word. Brenda, I formally challenge you at Summer Bash, the pay-per-view event 1 year ago that started this rivalry between us for the Women's World Championship. Wow, you really are a piece of work, you know that? Just when I thought you could not get any more ridiculous, you go and pull this crap. What is it now? You won. I'm moving on. What's the problem now? My problem? Okay, Amanda, I'll tell you my problem. Director Cassidy just found your actual medical records. You lied. You were never cleared to wrestle. You faked the clearance documents. You had everyone, including me, convinced that you were medically cleared. That is why you passed out so quickly at our second round. You never fully recovered from your concussion. One bad blow to the head, that's all it took. You're lucky you didn't die, let alone go home in an ambulance. Okay, that's rich coming from you, the girl who gave me the concussion to begin with. Now all of a sudden, Witch, you want to pretend to care? I never attacked you backstage, Amanda. For the last and final time, it was not me. You say you did not set me up? Fine. You say you did not frame me? Fine. After what I learned, I believe you. Wake up, Amanda. Someone is playing both of us. Someone is turning us against each other. You are so blind for your need to make me pay for something that you thought that you were so that you really believed that I did, that you faked your medical clearance to get to me? Why? Why would you risk your own well-being for something so petty? Hey, don't look at me, Witch. You're the one who wanted the match. You're the one who went up to the two directors and said, make me defend my title on 3 stages of hell. I didn't know you had an injury, Amanda. For crying out loud, I could have killed you. I could have ended your career. A state of emergency would have been the end of you, and that would have been my fault. You are so lucky Steven is out on medical leave. You are so lucky, because if he was here right now and he found out from Cassidy like I did, he would be out, and that would be the end of you two. You're even luckier that you got through your tag team title defense without getting hurt even further. It's a miracle, actually, and now you want to fight Brenda for her title. You should be recovering from a concussion. I don't care what beef you have with me, how bad I screwed up, or how bad you think I screwed up. If you ever do something like that again, you will be dead to me. You hear me? Dead to me. Wait, Witch, I can explain. Well, that was a melodramatic moment between Amanda Price and the Witch. As it turns out, Amanda Price was faking her medical clearance the whole time. That would explain why we barely got past the second round in that 3 stages of hell match back at State of Emergency between her and the Witch. And the Witch does not look too happy about it. Welcome everyone to GTW Brawl. I'm your host, Infinite Fantasy. We're live here on Twitch.tv. And we have a night for you tonight, because coming up, we have a #1 contender match for the Intercontinental Champion, as Braun Strowman will be going one-on-one with Chase. The winner will be taking on Obelisk next week for the Intercontinental Championship. We're also scheduled to hear from our new Grand Tour champion, Jon Moxley, who will be addressing the crowd here tonight after his big victory over Samoa Joe at State of Emergency. And we also have a triple threat match. The Women's European title will be on the line. Rachel Rodriguez versus Jamie Hayter versus our Women's European champion, Aya Matsuda. That's all here tonight on Brawl. But coming up, we're going to be having tag team action. The Hardy Boys versus Fraxium. Coming up next here on Brawl.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall, making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 461 pounds. Jeff R.D. and Matt Harvey, Team Hardcore.
And we're about to have some tag team action as we have the Hardy Boys coming out. They're about to go 2-on-2 against Fraxium here tonight. An exhibition match, nothing on the line. However, the Hardy Boys looking to take this opportunity to qualify for a #1 contender match.
And their opponents, in a combined weight of 336 pounds, Axiom and Nathan Frazer.
And here comes the combined team of the high-flying luchador Axiom, along with his tag team partner Nathan Frazer. Together they form Fraxium. They'll be taking on the Hardy Boys here tonight, and it's going to be a big high-flying tag team match between these two teams. We're going to be starting off with Matt Hardy and Nathan Frazer in tonight's tag team competition. And here we go. There's the bell. Huge right hand by Matt Hardy coming in. Ooh, tailbuster by Matt Hardy onto Nathan Frazer, throwing him into the corner. And already this match is starting off with high octane energy. Nathan Frazer with the Irish whip, reversal by Matt Hardy. And there he is, going to slam his head into the turnbuckle. Nathan Frazer reversing, turning the tables, as you will, onto Matt Hardy there. Another big reversal by Matt Hardy. One half of Hardy Boy showing how much of a veteran he is in the ring against Nathan Frazer. Snake eyes by Matt Hardy, now making the tag to his brother Jeff. The Hardy Boys looking to build up their reputation to become tag team champions, wanting to get their hands on the Outlaws to become #1 contenders. And all this non-#1 contender match is the first step in the right direction. A few more tag team wins, and they should be able to qualify. Vice versa, Fraxium looking for the same thing. A win tonight would be a major score on their tag team record. Frazer going for the shot to the ribs to Jeff Hardy. Going for the Irish whip, and Jeff Hardy goes over the top rope. And now Nathan Frazer taking out Matt Hardy, taking out Jeff Hardy's backup, taking out Matt, who is not the legal man, by the way, outside the ring. And here comes Jeff coming to Matt's rescue. An amazing offense by Jeff Hardy. Now make his way to the ring, avoiding the count out. And ooh! Jeff Hardy going for a high-risk maneuver. He wanted to go for an offensive move while trying to break the ring count at the same time. Amazing wrestling knowledge by Jeff Hardy. Unfortunately, it did backfire. Nathan Frazer reversing and getting back in the ring. Jeff throwing Nathan Frazer into the ropes. And now Frazer throwing Jeff into the corner. Huge elbow by Jeff, and it seems these two have been equally matched. Nathan Frazer, for every offensive move he takes, able to rebound on one of the Hardy Boys himself. You can see Frazer is completely fired up. He's no stranger to high-flying wrestling, able to hang with the Hardy Boys here. And where someone like Jeff, he's been in the game for nearly 30 years. 3 decades Jeff Hardy has been in pro wrestling. But for all that experience, he is on the older side. Nathan Frazer is very fresh, very young. Doesn't have as many battle scars as, say, Jeff Hardy. And could probably last him. If I was Nathan Frazer going into this match, what I would do is I would try and outlast the Hardy Boys. I would try and outlast those two opponents. Both him and Axiom, both huge high flyers, both have much more endurance, have less wear and tear, where the Hardy Boys may have experience and may know more counters, may know more holds, and may know when to place their high flying moves. The trick for Fraxium right now is to outlast the Hardy Boys. And there's Jeff Hardy making the tag to Matt, now the legal man, as is Axiom. And here comes Axiom attempting a fisherman suplex. Matt Hardy rolling into a pin. And a reversal by Axiom. And Matt Hardy with a kick out. Axiom going for the Irish whip. He ducks on the clothesline, but Matt Hardy with a rebound, taking down Axiom. And Axiom now in the Hardy Boys corner. Matt Hardy tagging in Jeff. And here you go, throwing Axiom against the ropes. And Hardy Boys with a double face plant onto Axiom. As I said, the Hardy Boys, they've been an active tag team for nearly 3 decades here. Jeff Hardy with a twist of fate onto Axiom, looking to win the match, and Nathan Frazier with the save. If not for Frazier, that would have been the end right there. That twist of fate might have been all Jeff Hardy needed to put this one away. And as I said, the Hardy Boys have a lot more experience. They are nearly 30-year veterans as a tag team. Axiom is going to have to outlast the Hardys. They're going to have to use that usefulness, that fact that they have less wear and tear to their advantage. Shot to the ribs by Nathan Frazier. Bringing Jeff Hardy to the corner, slamming his head into the top turnbuckle. Frazier now going for a scoop body slam. And here comes the pin. It's going to be 1. An immediate kick out by Jeff Hardy very early on in tonight's tag team match. Huge elbow by Jeff Hardy onto Nathan Frazier. Here's Jeff, scoop body slam onto Nathan Frazier there. Axiom looking for the tag and able to come in just in time to save his partner, Nathan Frazier. And a huge axe kick by Axiom. Axe. Axiom just gave him the axe. Sorry, I just had a punful moment there. Axiom gained the advantage over Jeff Hardy. Another scoop body slam. And the crowd in this sold-out arena going absolutely crazy. Axiom tagging in Frazier, and a shot to the ribs for Axiom, double teaming on to Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy, though, instantly able to recover using an X Factor right on to Frazier. Jeff now tagging in Matt Hardy. Nice lariat takedown by Nathan Frazier. Now making the tag to Axiom. And here comes Axiom trying to bring him to the ropes. Matt Hardy throwing those elbows, fighting back. And here comes a nice swinging neckbreaker by Jeff Hardy onto onto Axiom. And now for Axiom with a huge double team move. Only a minor inconvenience to Jeff Hardy, who springs off the ropes with a drop kick right into the chest of Axiom. And a Russian leg sweeper to boot. Jeff now making the tag to brother Matt. And here comes Matt coming in. Looks like he's about to go for a slam. Axiom reversing with a net breaker. There's Matt with a kick to the midsection. Another kick to the midsection. Groin buster. He has Axiom in the corner. Matt makes the tag to Jeff. And here comes Axiom off the ropes. The Hardy Boys. Another double face plant. Nathan Frazier desperately looking for the tag. Hardy intercepts with a double axe hand. Axiom at the last second able to tag in Nathan Frazier. The camera getting catch with a kick out on 2. German suplex by Nathan Frazier. And here goes a frog splash by Nathan Frazier. Nobody home though. Jeff Hardy moving out of the way. And here goes a clothesline. Jeff Hardy rolling Nathan Frazier into a pin. And here it comes. It's a 1, 2, and a kick out by Nathan Frazier. It's only been a 2 count. Here comes Jeff Hardy coming in. Missile drop kick onto Nathan Frazier. Nice high flying move by Jeff Hardy. Now making his way to the top rope. And here it comes. Swanton bomb. Swanton bomb by Jeff. And here comes the pin. And there's Axiom with the save. What a huge way to open Brawl tonight. What a tag team match we're having. Both Fraxium and the Hardy Boys giving this match everything they have. And here goes a second Swanton bomb by Jeff. However, Nathan Frazier able to reverse with a code breaker. Nathan Frazier really trying to dig in deep here as Jeff Hardy keeps the offense onto him. Now with Frazier now in the corner. Oh, and he pops right back up. Out of nowhere, somewhere deep inside. Nathan Frazier able to pull right back up, making a tag to Axiom. And here comes Frazier with the suplex. Axiom coming in with the frog splash. And you just see it, Axiom drawing off the energy of the crowd right now, going for the pin. Here comes Matt Hardy, double axe handle to break it up. Axiom was coming so close. That huge double team move by Fraxium could have been all it took to win tonight's opening tag team match. Jeff Hardy having Axiom against the ropes. Here it comes. Jeff Hardy like a bullet. Drop kick right into the sternum. It could be getting into the adolescence of tonight's opening tag team match. Axiom going for the corner. Jeff Hardy with an elbow. And here comes Axiom being thrown off the ropes. Jeff Hardy with a huge knee to the sternum of Axiom. And a huge clothesline by Jeff Hardy. Axiom slowly on his feet. Jeff Hardy bringing to the top turnbuckle. Jeff Hardy going for a twist of fate. A twist of fate right off the top turnbuckle. And Nathan Frazier breaking up the pin just in the nick of time. That was a huge high-risk move by Jeff Hardy and nearly paid off if not for Nathan Frazier saving the match. Jeff Hardy now tagging in Matt. Frazier desperately going for a dropkick. Matt Hardy dodging out of the way. He throws Fraxium against the ropes. Frazier reversing with a shoulder tackle. Matt Hardy again staying on the offensive, tagging in Jeff. Uppercut by Matt. Swinging neckbreaker by Jeff. Jeff coming off the ropes with a frog splash onto Axiom. He's got Jeff into the corner. High flying move by Axiom. And from the top rope does a takedown. Jeff Hardy could be in a lot of trouble here. No, he reverses. Matt and Jeff Hardy getting fired up. Axiom rolling out of the corner and super kick by Axiom, taking Jeff Hardy down. And this masked wrestler now getting fired up, and here he comes, another flying drop kick. Matt Hardy with a quick save. Huge elbow by Jeff Hardy. You're starting to see some of the desperation here. Jeff Hardy slamming Axiom's shoulder into that steel ring post. And a huge baseball slide by Jeff Hardy. Axiom now in the corner. Jeff Hardy spending maybe a little too much time playing with his food here, trying to figure out what he wants to do. And here goes Jeff off the second rope, spinning DDT. And here it comes. This could be it. 1, 2, 3, and Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys, with the win over Axiom.
Here are your winners, Matt Hardy and Jeff R.D. Team Hardcore.
And the Hardy Boys with a huge victory over Fraxium here tonight in our opening match. But again, that was just tonight's opening match. Still to come, we have the #1 contender match for the Intercontinental title. Braun Strowman versus Chase. Winner takes on Obelisk next week on Brawl. Also tonight, we're going to be hearing from our new Grand Tour champion, Jon Moxley. And a triple threat match for the Women's European title. Rachel Rodriguez, Jamie Hayter, and Aya Matsuda, all here tonight. Don't go away, we've got more action-packed wrestling coming up on Brawl right after this quick break. You wanted to see me? Yes, Amanda. Now listen. I love big matches for big ratings. I love high-risk fights to draw the crowd, and I do not very much care for you. I think you're a nepo baby who is only here off the good graces of your mentor. However, faking medical clearance is something I will not tolerate. You do not care for your well-being, but if something happened to you in those 2 matches, if you got permanently hurt or worse, that is under my watch, under my leadership, and that would be my job. As of now, I am revoking your clearance. You are not to step in a ring until I get official clearance in writing directly from your doctor. What? Seriously? Miss Cassidy, I'm fine. That was just a fluke. Furthermore, because neither you or Dynamite are cleared, you will both be stripped of the mixed tag team titles. You can't do that. Steve will be back in just a week, maybe 2 tops. He can still, yes, he will be, and he also broke ties with the only willing partner willing to be your substitute. You are to leave the belts with me. I am coordinating with Charles Elliott to have a qualifying match here tonight for our main event, as he will too. Tonight, we're going to be having 2 members of the Seventh Testament take on La Condrita Loca and El Mongo Jr. And that will be enough for you. Miss Cassie, please, we are done here, Amanda. Please, with all due respect, get the hell out of my building. Ladies and gentlemen, our new Grand Tour champion, Jon Moxley, who just recently defeated Samoa Joe at State of Emergency. I said Samoa Joe was not championship material. He does not have the grit, the grind, the blood, sweat, and tears. I said I would bring prestige back to Grand Tour Wrestling, to this title. And I will. Jon Moxley, you claim that you'll bring prestige back to the Grand Tour title, but when I see you, I see a man who only wishes to use the title to invoke his own validation, to force his own beliefs on what wrestling should be. You might be right about Samoa Joe. He is not willing to spill blood. Not willing to spill his own. Not like you and I have. I'm giving you the chance to prove me wrong. You want to elevate GTW and the talent here. You want to bring prestige back to that championship. Then prove it by starting with me. I, Hangman Adam Page, formally challenge you to a championship match next week on Brawl. Fight me and put the belt on the line. Show me you have every intent you claim. Okay, you want me to prove I mean every word? The thing is, Adam, I always mean every word. When I say something, I do it. I accept your challenge, but not because I need to prove myself to you. I want everyone here to know, I want all the fans to know that what this sport means to me and what I'm willing to do. You want me next week? You got it. Me and you for the title. Moxley, I will see you next week. And just like that, we now have a championship match. Next week on Brawl, Jon Moxley will be defending the Grand Tour title against Hangman Adam Page. What a announcement on a weekly show, no less. A championship match next week on Brawl, live streaming right here at the Infinite Fantasy If Twitch channel. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta tune in next Wednesday. This is a match that cannot be missed. These two legends, Jon Moxley, Hangman Adam Page for the Grand Tour title, all coming up. But now, coming up next here on Brawl, we got the Women's European title on the line. Rachel Rodriguez versus Jamie Hayter versus Aya Matsuda, a triple threat match.
The following contest is a triple threat match and is for the Women's European Championship. Introducing the challenger from Los Angeles, California, Rachel Rodriguez.
And here comes Rachel Rodriguez, part of this triple threat match. Aya Matsuda will be putting the Women's European title on the line against two competitors here tonight, one of them being former Women's Champion Rachel Rodriguez. And now here comes the Women's European Champion herself.
And introducing the champion from Osaka, Japan, the Women's European Champion, Amaya Matsuda.
Aya Matsuda winning the championship about 4 months ago, has thus far been dominating in the women's division as its European champion, winning every single title defense clean, every single time. However, tonight, she will have a disadvantage. This will be a triple threat, meaning triple threat rules. And what more for, Aya Matsuda doesn't even have to be involved in the decision to lose the championship.
And introducing the challenger from England.
And here comes Jamie Hayter, who's been on quite the winning streak lately, ever since defeating Red, finally putting a close to that rivalry. She had a great performance at the Declaration of Domination. Unfortunately, did not win the 4-woman ladder match. Has definitely proven herself championship material and has been put into tonight's triple threat match. However, Aya Matsuda and Rachel Rodriguez, both very, very powerful competitors, top of their game. Jamie Hayter will have to pull out all the stops if she wants to walk out European champion tonight. And all three competitors are ready. Rachel Rodriguez, Aya Matsuda, and Jamie Hayter. Triple threat rules. And again, Aya Matsuda, she must get the pin or submission to retain that title. She has the biggest disadvantage here, as she does not need to be involved in the decision to lose the title. The first one to get a pin or submission in this triple threat rules match will be Women's European Champion. And Rachel Rodriguez with a Russian leg sweeper onto Jamie Hayter. And now a flying clothesline onto Aya Matsuda. It looks like Jamie Hayter and Rachel Rodriguez were about to double team on the champion, but now they're going at it. Jamie Hayter bringing Rachel Rodriguez into the corner. And Aya Matsuda taking advantage, rolling Rachel into a pin, but she kicks out. Goes Jamie Hayter grappling up. Suplex by Jamie Hayter onto the European champion. And now once again going one-on-one with Rachel Rodriguez in the middle of the ring, with Aya Matsuda stung here at ringside. And once again, triple threat rules. Aya Matsuda coming in with a sledgehammer, perfectly legal, no disqualification in a three-person, every woman for themselves type of match. Aya Matsuda sweeping Jamie Hayter off the legs. Amazing maneuver by our European champion. But here comes Jamie Hayter with a huge left strike, bringing Aya Matsuda against the ropes. The Women's European champion trying to fight back as hard as she can. But Jamie Hayter just keeping the pressure onto her. Rachel Rodriguez coming in, steel chair. Elbow strikes by Jamie Hayter, getting out of the hold. And she takes a chair shot right to the head by Rachel Rodriguez. Aya Matsuda taking advantage of the distraction. High flying move, but nobody home. Aya Matsuda landing right on the chair. And Jamie Hayter, Singapore King to the ribs. Rachel Rodriguez just eating the attack, going on the offensive, and a face buster right onto this chair. And Matsuda going for the Irish whip. Rodriguez off the ropes. Nobody home. Jamie Hayter moving in, but Rodriguez reversing. And a knee buster by Rachel Rodriguez. Aya Matsuda catching the kick. And here comes a suplex by the Women's European Champion. Suplex by Jamie Hayter. Goes for the elbow drop. Matsuda moving out of the way. Baseball slide takedown. Rachel Rodriguez suplex into a pin. One. And a kick out very early on in tonight's triple threat match. Grapple up. Matsuda going for the Irish whip. Oh, Rodriguez takes a baseball bat right to the skull. Jamie Hayter going for the pin. 1, 2. And a kick out by Rodriguez. That worked out in Matsuda's favor. She was not in the ring in time to break up the count. She would have lost the title just from that. And now Jamie Hayter throwing Rodriguez into the corner. Getting out of the way, putting Matsuda into a submission hold. Rodriguez coming in with a spinning kick. Oh, and she just smashes her skull right into her knee. Rodriguez coming in. Vertical suplex. Huge kick to the ribs by Aya Matsuda. Right hand. Kick to the midsection. Matsuda off the ropes and takes down both Jamie Hayter and Rodriguez. Rodriguez capitalizing. Let's pin. 1, 2, and Matsuda breaks up the count. Matsuda throwing Rachel Rodriguez into the corner. Rodriguez with an elbow. An Irish whip of her own. See Rodriguez closing in, but Jamie Hayter intercepting, rolling Rodriguez to a pin. Immediate kick out by Rodriguez. Jamie Hayter trying to bring her focus to Aya Matsuda, the European champion, with a big counter onto Jamie Hayter. And look at those right hands getting out of the powerbomb. Ooh, nice combo by Rachel Rodriguez. Swinging neckbreaker onto Matsuda. And a clothesline preventing Jamie Hayter from using the baseball bat. Somersault by Rachel Rodriguez. Now bringing our focus to the Women's European Champion who's on the apron. And you can hear that thud echoing throughout this entire sold-out arena. Matsuda immediately recovering with a drop kick. And again, she has the biggest disadvantage in this match. She is the champion who can lose the title without being involved in the decision. She can't afford to take a break, can't afford to allow herself to get stunned. She has to constantly be on top of this match. She has to be the dominant one in this triple threat. And oh, Jamie Hayter throwing Rodriguez into the LED barricade, breaking the LED screen. And both women are down. Matsuda bringing now another foreign object, another Singapore cane. And there's Matsuda swinging into the ribs of Jamie Hayter, beating both women down with the weapon. And Rodriguez looks like she had enough, throwing Matsuda away. And now Jamie Hayter taking advantage of the distraction, throwing Rodriguez into the ring. Looks like Jamie Hayter was about to bring her attention to Matsuda. Matsuda with a leg scissors takedown. Kick to the midsection to Rachel Rodriguez. And right now, the European champion on top of it, going for a submission hold on Rachel Rodriguez. And here goes Jamie Hayter breaking up the submission. Kick to the midsection by Jamie Hayter. Matsuda coming in. Lariat elbow to the back of the skull. Now going for the pin. 1, 2, and Rodriguez breaking the count at the last second. Punch to the ribs by Aya Matsuda. Suplex. Fisherman suplex by Aya Matsuda. She goes for a lariat elbow. Jamie Hayter rolling out of the way. And a clothesline by Jamie Hayter. Now going for the pin. This could be her chance. 1, 2. And a kick out by Aya Matsuda. Jamie Hayter just a split second away. Just a hair away from becoming the new Women's European Champion. She's just hit it with the bat for extra measure. 1, 2. Another kick out by Matsuda. And she just refuses to stay down. And here goes Rodriguez. Now going for the pin on Jamie Hayter. 1, 2, and Matsuda breaking up the count. Sweeping up the ropes. Lariat elbow by Rachel Rodriguez. And Jamie Hayter's head being sent to that top turnbuckle. Goes, bringing Rodriguez into the corner. Open hand chops to that bare chest. Jamie Hayter going all out. And elbow right into the jawline of Rodriguez. And now Matsuda taking them both out with a Singapore cane. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Aya Matsuda retains the European Championship.
Here is your winner, and still the Women's European Champion, Amaya Matsuda.
Aya Matsuda with an incredible victory in tonight's triple threat match, defeating not one but two women at the same time to retain the GTW Women's European Championship. Don't go away, we still have our main event coming up next. The Seventh Testament versus La Conjurita Loca and El Mongo Jr. in a qualifying match for the Mixed Tag Team Championship coming up next. Don't go away, we got more action coming up here on Brawl. Hey Tony, congratulations. Look at you, the new hardcore champion. Maybe a few chair shots and someone can fix that big head of yours. You got a lot of nerve showing yourself, traitor. Me? I'm the traitor. You might want to take a look in the mirror, Tony. You say you're here for the family, but you've only been serving yourself. Channing Sax Lorenzo always comes second, never Tony D'Angelo. Let's hope Adriana wakes up before it's too late. Enjoy that title. I'll be coming for it real soon. Is that a threat, Lorenzo? See you around, Don. See you around real soon. And it's time for tonight's main event as we have Tals Von Sicily and Nancy Vandal representing the Seventh Testament to take on La Canjarita Loca and El Mongo Jr. in this qualifying match for the mixed tag team titles. Tals Von Sicily, one of the newest members of the Seventh Testament, a group made up of himself, the Intercontinental Champion Obelisk, Nancy Vandal, Scarlett, and Killer Cross, have been wreaking havoc and chaos all over GTW, the Brawl roster. Earlier tonight we found out that Amanda Price has been faking her medical clearance so she can compete against the Witch and compete against the Red Faction at our last two PLE events that were back-to-back. As a result, she is now effectively suspended until her doctor hands April Cassidy a written clearance note directly. As a result, her and Steven Dynamite have been stripped of the mixed tag team titles. Tonight's match is a qualifying match to determine one of two teams that will compete for the mixed tag team titles. I got word that the winners of our two qualifying matches will face off in a huge mixed gender tag team title match at Summer Bash, our next pay-per-view event.
And her partner, representing the Final Testament from Manchester, England, the Archetype, Nancy Van Dimer.
And Nancy Vandal being the tag team partner of Tals von Sicily. Another new member of the Seventh Testament. These two coming into the faction after the loss of Dio Sebastian, who originally started this faction when him and the Witch had broken up as the Fallen. Starting this group with Killer Cross. Ever since losing to the Witch at WrestleNova, Dio Sebastian has gone on Savatica, and Killer Cross has since then gained the role as leader of this faction, the Seventh Testament, bringing in these new members.
And their opponents, El Mago Jr. and La Conrajita Loca, the Luchadors.
These two out of 3 members of the Luchadors, masked wrestlers from Mexico with a high tradition in traditional luchador wrestling from their home country. This will be their second match in GTW, their first match wrestling in mixed tag team action. And what an opportunity they have. If they can get past the Seventh Testament tonight, they can have a huge opportunity to become mixed gender tag team champions at Summer Bash. It looks like we're going to start off with Tals von Sicily and La Conrajita Loca. And right off the bat, Sicily using his strength over Loca. Just look at that power by Tals von. Loca using her agility to try and maneuver out of the way, but to no avail. Tals von Sicily just has too much ferocity staying on top of his opponent. Huge scoop body slam by Tals von. Loca rolling out of the way, and she comes in, huge clothesline. This masked wrestler, this little luchador, looking to gain the advantage, using that agility of hers, and again another counter by Tals von, using his power to just, frankly, overpower her. And you can see Loca barely able to get to her feet. And there's going springing in, elbow onto Tals von, who rolls out of the ring. Young's coming back in. Scoop body slam by Tals von Sicily. And now he just drives that knee right into Loca, going for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out by La Conrajita Loca. Now goes to the grapple. Conrajita now in the corner. Tals von tags in Nancy Vandal. And here comes the Seventh Testament with a double shoulder tackle onto La Conrajita Loca. Nancy Vandal went to go for the grapple. Conrajita going for those sharp elbows. Irish whip into the corner. And she finally makes a tag. Here comes El Mongo Jr. Goes off the point, ropes, and a double drop kick by the Luchadors. El Mongo Jr. going for a moonsault, nobody home. Nancy Vandal quickly rolling out of the way. And thus far, the team of Tals von Sicily and Nancy Vandal dominating in this mixed gender tag team match. With El Mongo coming in with a German suplex onto Nancy Vandal. And a drop kick right to the side temple. El Mongo Jr. looking to get the advantage in this main event match. Now he makes the tag. Here comes La Conrajita Loca going for a shot to the ribs. Nancy Vandal with a flying elbow into the corner. And once again, the Seventh Testament gaining the advantage in this tag team match. Nancy Vandal going for the pin here. And it's going to be 1, 2. But Conjurita able to get the shoulder up on 2. Now she makes a tag. Taz Von Sicily in the ring. Here goes the Irish Whip. Conjurita being thrown to the corner. Huge uppercut by Taz Von Sicily. Followed by not one suplex. He's rolling into a second. 2 suplexes. And was about to roll into a third. 3 rolling suplexes by Taz Von Sicily. And now picking up all that dead weight into a 4th German suplex. And you can see that she's been taking a lot of damage. I don't know how much longer she can stay in this match. She's got to tag out. Get El Mongo Jr. back in there. Trying to recover more. She's obviously no match for Taz Von Sicily, the second in command of the Seventh Testament. Here he goes, being thrown to the corner. La Conjurita Loca now making the tag to El Mongo Jr. And the Luchadors with a double kick. Amazing teamwork by the Luchadors. El Mongo Jr. trying to capitalize with a Serpon. However, Taz Von Sicily rolling out of the way. Again, gaining the offensive advantage over the Luchadors in this tag team match. Fireman carry takedown by Taz Von. Now tagging in Nancy Vandal. He goes under the ropes. Drop kick by El Mongo Jr. Spinning heel kick right into the ribs of Nancy Vandal. And a code breaker right into the jaw. El Mongo Jr. pulling all stops, trying to dig in deep, tagging in La Conjurita Loca. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures as she takes the turnbuckle padding off the corner. Nancy Vandal intercepting, the referee catching the turnbuckle right away. And there's Nancy Vandal clotheslining La Conjurita out of the ring. Right over the top rope. And again, the Seventh Testament just dominating in this tag team match. Huge opportunity, able to go to Summer Bash to win the mixed gender tag team titles and not even have to face Amanda Price or Steven Dynamite for them. Conjurita now on the top turnbuckle. And a wheelbarrow bulldog, Nancy Vandal reversing. As she comes DDT onto La Conjurita. She makes a desperate tag to El Mongo Jr. Nancy Vandal tagging in. Taz Von Sicily now using some of his own supernatural powers on El Mongo Jr. Taz Von Sicily, a demon straight from hell. Some saying he's supernatural, using some of that onto his opponent. Amazing carry by El Mongo Jr. moving into a helicopter. There goes that Irish whip. He's down in the corner, he tags in his partner, the Luchadors, throwing Taz Von off the ropes. Double hip toss by the Luchadors. Neckbreaker by La Conjurita, and here she comes, setting him up. Moonsault. And now the Luchadors finally gaining some headway Am I spoken too soon? Oh no, Log Conjurita blocking the attack. And she's walking the ropes. Drop kick, but nobody home. On the top rope, and there's El Mongo Jr. slamming Sicily's face right into the apron. And it seems like all four competitors now getting involved. Talisman fighting El Mongo Jr. on one side of ringside. La Conjurita fighting Nancy Vandal on the other side, slamming her head into the ring. And now here comes Talisman Sicily intercepting, and La Conjurita taking them both on. Double drop kick by her and Nancy Vandal. Nancy Vandal going for a shot to the leg. Here she comes, going for a vertical suplex. Reversal by La Conjurita. We're more than halfway through a count out here. Talisman Sicily breaking the count out. And here comes Talisman Sicily attacking El Mongo Jr., slamming him on the apron, trying to get him out of his match, making this a 2-on-1. He's not done yet. He might be focused on the wrong thing. Knocking El Mongo Jr. out. And he just bought La Conjurita just enough time to get in position to reverse him. Drop kick to the back by La Conjurita. She goes making the tag. Here comes El Mongo Jr. Drop kick by El Mongo Jr. as he goes for the pin. And there's a kick out by Talisman Sicily. Actually raised by Talisman. Bring El Mongo Jr. into the corner. Huge right hand. And you see Talisman playing with his food, taking his time with El Mongo Jr. He runs across the ring. Oh, and just look at that devastating ferocity. El Mongo Jr. now ducking under the clothesline. Comes up with another helicopter. Now making a tag. Here comes La Conjurita Loca. Conjurita looked like she's going to have to go for a high-flying move. She's intercepted by Talisman Sicily. Huge power slam. And you can see her back nearly shattering on that impact. Now tags in Nancy Vandal. Swinging cutter as she goes for the pin. However, El Mongo Jr. able to break up the count. And now the two women taking this fight here at ringside. Hurricanrana by Nancy Vandal. Clothesline by La Loca. Nancy Vandal getting those shots to the ribs. We're more than halfway through a count. Nancy Vandal being thrown to the ring. La Conjurita Loca in pursuit. Amazing maneuver. She goes for the pin. 1, 2, but Talisman Sicily able to break up the count. Nancy Vandal now has La Conjurita into the corner. Vandal with a bulldog. She's going for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and the final testament takes it.
Here are your winners, Lord Tall's Nicely and the Archetype Nancy Van Diver. The Final Testament.
And speaking of a major victory, here comes Killer Cross making his way out to the ring here. Amanda Price has been very naughty. I mean, faking a medical clearance to get revenge? I have to say, that is something. You would fit right into the Final Testament. If you ever want a spot when you come back, it's yours. However, you might want to hear what I have to say before you do. You see, this group was not reformed because of me. This started with a man who you all know as Dio Sebastian. Dio, you gave me faith that someone like you could see the light. You stopped pretending, and you showed me that you are that ruthless demon that will do whatever it takes to win. You told me I was right. You wanted me saying you wanted to reform the fallen, but with a new banner. You wanted me as your right hand as you led us into a new age of truth and chaos. Then you lost against your sister at WrestleNova. She defeats you in Hell in a Cell. Suddenly, you have this existential crisis. You go on Sabatica, you turn your back on me, on Scarlett, you spit in the face of everything we were going to build together. That is when I realized I would have to rebuild without you. Your fallen have been reconstructed to the Final Testament. I now see you are a coward, and rather than face the consequences of your betrayal, you hide and disappear like a coward. You gave me no choice. Someone had to pay. If not you, then I would go after the one you loved the most. That is why Nancy Vandal had to frame the witch. It is amazing what you can do with a costume replica and a wig. Witch likes to have that stupid mask that makes no sense, and all the better to hide Vandal's face. The cameras showed her from behind. Amanda would get just a good enough look to think it was the witch and not think anything different. And now everyone, even the great Steven Dynamite, thinks the witch has gone off the deep end. I spread the idea around the locker room that Dynamite and Amanda should team up for those mixed tag team titles against the Wolfpack at WrestleNova. I say it to one person, they say it to another, and they say it to another. Charles Elliott gets the great idea, goes, oh wait, Steven Dynamite saved my ass from The Rock at the main event of night one. Let's make it happen. I'm the one who knew that they would I'm the one who knew that they would not only win, but would bring them closer than ever. Which I knew it made you jealous. I knew Amanda would not take a betrayal from you sitting down. Losing Amanda as your best friend? That was me. Losing Dynamite as your potential lover? That was also me. I turned everyone against you and furthermore proved to everyone that you are really no better than your brother or your father. You played right into my hands. But we're not done yet. Me and Scarlett, we're gonna lead the Final Testament. Nancy Vandal and Tals Von Sicily, That was just the beginning. They're going to go into Summer Bash and win the mixed tag team titles. We will make sure you and Dio never live out your dream and get them. We will make sure that Amanda and Dynamite will never touch that gold ever again. I will do everything I can to punish you until your brother stops acting like the coward that he is and takes his own punishment like a man. You. It was all you. You set me up. You SOB. You turned everyone against me. It was you the entire time. Oh, yes. It was me. It wasn't hard. All I had to do was set the pieces. You did the rest on your own. My God, the way you went after Amanda at State of Emergency, I really thought you were really going to end her. Oh, in which? I already knew about her faking the clearance. I'm the one who told April Cassidy. I ruined your best friend's career, or should I say, you ruined her career. You think I'm going to let you get away with this? I'm gonna make you pay, Cross. Next week, I want you one-on-one. And why should I fight you on your terms? It doesn't have to be. We'll do it on your terms. You pick the match. And I'll even sweeten the deal. If you win, I'll give Charlotte... No, scratch that. You said Nancy Vandal was the one who impersonated me? I'll give Nancy Vandal a shot at my Women's Grand Tour title. Okay, so let me get this straight. You want to take me on next week, any match of my choosing, and if I win, Nancy Vandal gets a shot at your title? Okay. Next week, me and you. But which, I'm not just gonna take you on a wrestling match. I want to break you. I want to put the punctuation point in the torture I've given you. I want you to leave the ring unable to face the fans. Which, I want you in an I Quit match. Oh, Cross. I am so happy you said that, because next week on Brawl, nothing will make me happier than hearing you say the words, I quit. Dio won't have to come back. He won't need to come back, because next week, I'm ending the Seventh Testament myself. And I think we just got our main event next week on Brawl. The Witch going one-on-one against Killer Cross in an I Quit match. If Killer Cross wins, if the Witch says the words I quit in front of the whole crowd, she will then have to defend the Women's Grand Tour title against Nancy Vandal, the woman who has impersonated her, the woman who has framed her. And what a setup that the Final Testament has put on the Witch, all just to try and get revenge on Dio Sebastian. Who will win? Who will say I quit next week on Brawl? Will it be the Witch, or will it be Killer Cross? Find out next week. For those of you who follow my Twitch live streams, Don't forget to follow and subscribe to skip the commercials. But for the rest of you who watch my content episodically on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to know when new GTW content comes to you. As always, may your fantasies be infinite.